Hi, hello, and good evening. It is September 14th. This is Strat Chat, and we are discussing this week in the Big Brother 25 house. We saw a very exciting blind side tonight, except not so blind. If you were watching the feeds, you were definitely in tune to this. We thought we'd actually have some time to watch some of this endurance comp with you all, but unfortunately, it has already concluded before Bunny Games even did. So yeah, lots to get into, including the hit that Team Dunphy took. Oof, oof, dire straits for the Dunphy. The Dunphy. It's not a duo. There's one. What's another D word? The Dunphy. Unfortunately, Dix is what comes to mind, but I don't want to be that rude. Still laughing to myself. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined as always by my besties, John Dunphy and Gina Regino, and this is Strat Chat, your favorite reality TV podcast. Yes, presumptuous, we know. You can find us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod. And also, hold on. We keep talking about TikTok and how we're over there. We're also on Blue Sky. Come on, Blue Sky. I'm the only one who uses it. But come find me over there.
I don't even know how to use Blue Sky.
Yikes, you need an invite code. Okay, you need an invite code. Okay, it's a very exclusive group of BB25 people that are over there, and we would love to share a code with you. Message us, and we'll share you one. So that's that. So there's a little plug. Find us on Blue Sky at Strat Chat Pod. Keep me company. I have a couple of friends over there. Nice. Get on board. Okay. Get on board. Yeah, get on board.
Yeah.
So where do we start with this sucker?
You know. You just completely attack me before this starts.
What do you mean? Just because your team's getting ripped? I was
decimated.
Referring to my team as the Dunphy Dicks.
When we see who you have left, it's not.
Well, I was gonna say, I do have the remaining member of my team definitely is a dick, but my goodness. My goodness, haven't even said a word yet. My team's already being called the Dunphy Dicks.
That is such a fair thing to say, but honestly, put yourself in my shoes, okay? Everyone here knows that my brand is alliteration, right? So I'm sitting here, the clock is ticking, right? We're live. I don't have all this time to be thinking, right? I'm like, the Dunphy, and once you get dicks in your head, anything D that would have come first is the word that you're using. You know what I mean? It was crunch time.
I would have gone with the Dunphy dominoes because they're all falling. Get it?
Right, but I'm saying unfortunately, Dix is what came to mind first. All right, I'm a gay man. What do you want from me? Give me some credit. Give me some credit. But since we're on, look at the Dunphy Dicks. There's only one left. No, Izzy was not a dick. Izzy was not a dick.
I'm so sad Izzy's gone.
I don't think, I don't think anyone on my team was a dick except for Jared. And of course, that's the one I'm left with.
Listen, that was your preseason winner pick. All right,
that was not just all of our winner picks.
That is your winner.
It was all of our winner picks.
You claimed him.
Yeah, so I was really ragging on you pretty hard too. To my mom, I was like, you know what? I don't really want Izzy to go home, but I really do love the scenario in which we just rip John all night for having Jared. And she goes, no, my heart goes out to him. Absolutely not. It's not his fault. And I was like, it is his fault. I said, he had the first birthday coming up next when we did these draft picks, and he threw it in our face that he got Jared. And we were all very upset. It's not our fault that the tides turned.
My God.
I know I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in hot. It's only 5 minutes in. Come on. People are rooting for you. It just wasn't me.
You guys just do this one tonight. I'm out of here.
Oh,
dramatic.
John has self-evicted
I'm still here. I'm
from
still
the
here. I'm
Strat
still
Chat
here.
house. Anyway, where did we start with this thing? We had a mega episode last night, didn't we? 2 hours of Big Brother.
Did we though?
You didn't like it? I actually like this one. I thought there was plenty going on. I didn't think this was bad at all.
But see, like, I don't know. I feel like the competition went on for way too long. And if we had 2 hours to fill, there were so many game conversations that could have been put in that weren't.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair.
Like, the competition was, it felt like hours in and of itself.
I loved this competition, though.
I didn't dislike the competition. We just didn't have to watch it in real time.
Once again, here I am with the unpopular.
I agree with Kyle.
Oh,
I like this.
Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed watching the entire thing play out.
So long.
Oh man, I really liked it. I really, really liked it. And we got to see Josh star Duhamel.
Duhamel is what you said last time. Duhamel.
That's why I wanted to be that so bad, and I was still very pensive. I didn't want to come in too hot with that one. Josh, what?
Duhamel.
Josh Duhamel. All right. Well, he was there. Host of the amazing Buddy Games. He hosted this POV competition, and we saw our favorite house guests spinning around in a seat, and they had these 3 balls, and this other little thing was spinning, and they had to like throw the ball up the little thing like skee ball. Whoever got the most points got to stay in. Lowest points had to choose a fish. Each fish had a little prize, and you could trade with a friend if you so chose. Well, we already know what Gina thought of this competition. We kind of went into that. I
mean, the competition in itself was like, this was essentially Bowl Arena. Like, the competition in itself is good. I just didn't need that much of it in the episode.
I'm sorry. To me, that's a hot take. Oh, really? To me, it's a cold take. Okay, because it's not a take I like. Because I get all these things wrong. I don't know the lingo of the children's. But Jared won this POV, which we kind of already knew. The way that he won this, though.
I don't even think it's fair to say that he won it.
Right. He got it.
We had heard on feeds people saying that Matt actually won it, and then just by default Jared won it. I did not realize that Jared came in 3rd place on this competition. I thought he was 2nd. He also got beat by Jag, who also didn't want the veto. That's crazy.
What did Jag take, though? I forget now.
Did he take the money?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 5K. All right. Listen, even if you took the veto, odds are you're not going to win, right? It's only one winner. So I am going to leave here with something. At least I'm leaving here with a comment in my paycheck.
I always get so mad when people get pissy that someone who got the veto earlier on in the competition took the money and said, you're not gonna get it if you're the 2nd person out. I was happy no one gave Jag shit for taking the money this time,
Right, exactly. What did you think of Piggy Pals? Now that we saw that this one play out, this was actually the punishment that Cameron got, right? But then he traded it to Izzy for the veto, which I don't know if you're 2nd one out. Why you think you're keeping the veto?
I think he just wanted to give Izzy a punishment.
Well, joke's on him, right?
Well,
Piggy Pals, you had to wear a pig costume and then transfer 2,000 trips of dirt. There's a little sand trap in the backyard. Within 12 hours or something like that, they had to complete this in.
Yeah, I think.
But it was Piggy Pals because you got to select a pal to be piggy with. So Izzy, as a haha, selected Cameron. I loved it, and I would love to wear this costume all week. I think it's actually really cute.
It's so funny because you could tell that both Cameron and Izzy just wanted to poke at each other, and so that's why Cameron had it, gave it to Izzy. Izzy gives it right back to him, and it's now I'm Izzy's probably thinking, damn, I should have picked Corey.
I will say though,
Right.
it made me like, again, I don't like Cameron, but he had a moment in the episode that made me laugh so freaking hard because they're in the DR together in their pig costumes, and Izzy was like, "Yeah, you know, if I don't finish this challenge, then I don't get to play in the veto next week," and he just kind of like winks at the camera. Like, yeah, you're not gonna play in the veto next week no matter what. And I was like, Cameron, that was shady. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't like Cameron, but I do like the chaos that he brought to this week. And I have to say,
It's
like I didn't hate all of his DRs either.
No, it's so
Some of them
annoying
were
because I,
funny.
I don't like him as a person, but as a
Right.
gamer, this was a good week.
It was a great week. It was a great week.
I'm curious what you guys think, because like I've wanted to see Cameron go for like a while now, but with the way things played out and with who, you know, we see Izzy go home, Jared wins this wall comp to take the HOH, right? Like, is it even in Jared and Cirie's best interest to go after Cameron anymore? I mean, when you have people like Corey in America who are so vocally like going after them, like, could Cameron end up skating by here for a little bit? Like,
at this point,
I don't want him to.
It's
like, go
actually
home. Please go
possible.
home.
After everything that went down today, I think it's certainly possible that we could see an AmeriCorey.
I think my team is in big trouble this week.
Yeah, I think finally Team Orgino's got some troubles.
Listen, we made it up until this week, having not touched the block once, and I think my luck is about to run out.
Yeah, I think it's curtains for you. I definitely see a world where America and Corey are going up.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people were giving America a lot of the credit for the Izzy flip. But we certainly saw on tonight's episode that this was really more Corey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was America's idea, but Corey seemed to really drive that.
Yeah.
Do you think that was the edit, or is that what we saw on feeds as well?
No, I think that's pretty much how it played out. Like, because America was like the first one to really kind of like put it out there, a lot of people were like quick to give her the credit, and she does deserve credit for it for sure.
Sure.
But Corey, I think, really led the charge on this in terms of execution.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have some problems if with Jared as HOH.
I just want him to be gone so bad. He's my only remaining team member, and I want him out so bad. At this point, like, he is the biggest, like, you know, threat to Cirie's game, I feel like, in so many ways. Or at least, maybe not anymore, because people are looking at Cirie now. You know, like, not that they weren't necessarily in the past, but they're definitely looking at her now. And but like, I feel like the reason, you know, for that is because of Jared and everything that he's done and said up to this point. He's like,
well, and a lot of the problem with like the reason why this fight became such a big deal today is because normally when Jared is being Jared, Cirie is able to go around and clean up his messes, but Cirie was tethered to Felicia all week and couldn't really have these kinds of conversations without Felicia being there. So there was no real way for her to pick up his messes. So he was kind of left to his own devices all week. And now I'm sure after what happened today, she's seeing, oh, wait, this is what happens when Jared doesn't have me to like,
this is what
pick
happens
up the pieces
when he
for
is
him.
Unsupervised.
Like, this is the game he's playing on his own when left up to his own devices.
Not good. Not good. And I think it'll be interesting to see how Felicia now navigates going forward as well. You know, because she certainly had pitched that final 2 concept to Jared, to which she received no response. And then when she was now tethered to Cirie in this kayak thing, you know, obviously we saw that she wanted to have a conversation with Jared regarding taking her off the block, which obviously did not happen the way that she would have intended. Now knowing that Cirie, I'm sure she is going to put together that Cirie was the sole vote for her to leave the house. Sure. Cirie could already kind of use as cover, like, listen, I knew she was going. I just didn't want to go out unanimously. Yeah, we've seen that before. But there's already been a little bit of a split between Cirie and Felicia already. So do we think that affects their relationship going forward? Like, what do you think is Felicia's state of mind now?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it, see it having an impact. And I feel like because Felicia knows that Cirie and Jared, not that they're related, but that they're close, right? And they're working together in the game. Like, Felicia, was so hopeful that Jared would use the veto on her. So in a way, like she's been burned by both of them, kind of. Like is Felicia now like
scorched?
Is Felicia now like a free agent? Like
just her and her tooth.
Oh my god.
Just her and her tooth.
That.
They keep focusing on it, right? We saw her take it out, like during nominations, and then there was that one little clip, if you caught it, where like it was like a little dislodged, and she was sitting there and put it back in, which kind of made my stomach turn. Like,
I absolutely did not see that. When did that happen?
There was a moment where somebody was like mentioning her either in a DR or in some kind of a conversation, and like she slipped her tooth back in via tongue, and it just was like very upsetting.
I completely missed it.
She slipped her tooth back in via tongue. That is a sentence that was just spoken.
It was really disturbing. It was really disturbing. I'm really hoping that somebody else caught it that can like validate and vouch for me.
I completely missed it.
I'm hoping to see the chat ablaze with words of encouragement and support. We'll wait.
And yet here comes Owl.
Hold on. Here we go. It was kind of hot, kind of sexy. Not gonna lie.
And Blevins too.
That is a lie. That is a lie. All right. My goodness gracious. No, I do not like tongue tooth action. Get out of here. What kind of a podcast do you think this is? It's not supposed to be cracked.
Oh my god.
So any Hoosers, what else do we have here? Now, what do you think of Cameron's thoughts of his place in the house? We saw a lot of denial from Cameron this week, right? He really thinks he's got the pulse of the house like on lock, right? And he's always wrong, always very, very, very wrong. But because of this flip, does he now think he was right?
That is the problem, is what's so annoying about this is that Cameron got his way and now he thinks that he successfully evicted Izzy when he had literally nothing to do with any of it.
He's like, everything I said that would happen would happen. What do you mean?
Right. Like, I just think about that conversation that he was having in the HOH room with America, where she was like, hey man, sorry, like it looks like Izzy's gonna stay this week and Felicia's gonna go. And Cameron's sitting there all smug, like, oh no, I don't think you realize how much support this has. And then now, like, he gets to sit back
multiple times that day. There were like 3 or 4 people that had that same conversation with him that day.
And he's like, no.
And now it's like, now he probably feels like he gets to sit back and be like, see, America, I told you so.
Meanwhile,
America did it.
Yeah, America and Corey were the reason that it even happened.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. And I'd love to see how that plays out this week and what his relationship with Jared is now going to be. Because even though like Corey and America, obviously there's reason for Jared to put them up. There's certainly reason for Jared's game to put Cameron up.
Yeah.
Sorry, especially after just seeing the distrust between them, because Cameron most certainly knows that the reason why Jared, didn't want to use the veto is because he's working with Cirie, still not putting together that Jared has Cirie's face, right? We'll put that one aside. He definitely knows that Jared is at least working with her. So maybe there is a world where Cameron gets put up.
There are pieces to this that, because of course the house decided to go on fire when I was busy, so I couldn't watch all of this fight unravel. So I only saw like bits and pieces of things on Twitter. And yeah, Corey and Jared were definitely the two that were butting heads the most. But like, while I think that Corey and America are the most likely nominations, I don't know where Jared stands with Matt. I don't know where Jared stands with Jag. Like, I don't know how these other people fall into place in terms of how this fight happened. I don't know where everyone else lands in terms of targets.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see like Corey and Cameron, maybe not Corey and America, but like Jared and Corey have been butting heads. Cameron's the one that put Izzy up and got her, is really the one. Obviously, Corey and America orchestrated this whole plan to flip the vote, but she wouldn't have been up there in danger if Cameron hadn't put her up in the first place. So I could see like Jared feeling like, all right, Corey, the guy I've been beeping with, and Cameron, the one that put Izzy up. Those will be my targets, maybe.
I don't hate it.
So,
yeah.
I really don't know.
You know what I do know? It's time to give a gander at the Lady Chen. It's time to judge Julie. Y'all better gather round. Our girl looked fantastic tonight, didn't she? Come on, let's give it to her.
It was a
She
good one.
Julie Chen Moonvet.
She brought it tonight.
Red/peach/salmon. I mean, depends on what angle you looked at this on the camera, right? I felt like it could have been anything. This picture, I'm feeling a little bit more red.
Yeah. I like the shoes too. She looks great.
Mm-hmm.
A strong endorsement on the red. I give this a hot.
It's giving coral.
Oh, okay. All right. We like coral. That's a nice and neat green, so nobody's wrong. Okay. So I give it a hot.
Yeah, for sure.
I can
Absolutely.
I can confidently give this a hot. Yes.
Fantastic. Julie's back. She's been crushing it lately. And I don't think I noticed any flubs tonight.
I don't think I
No,
did
I think she
either.
was. She knew, it's Buddy Games premiere night. She's got to be on point. She's got to look good.
Got to be on her best. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not surprised.
I also want to say that there is a little bit of her that I feel like is actually starting to get into this season. Like her exit interviews are going up a little bit. I feel like there's a little bit of
the way that
energy.
The way that she was talking to Izzy felt different than most exit interviews.
Right. It's almost like she's been watching.
Mm.
It's nice. It's
like,
wow,
it felt
all right.
It felt less interviewy and less like, these are the questions that I'm going to ask you, and more like conversational of like, all right, what the hell's going on? Let's talk about what happened.
Yeah.
And I was like,
she was excited.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, a comfy Julie.
Comfy Julie.
I liked it. All right. So what else from this episode? I feel like it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Except for the obvious blind side, but we said everything there is to say about that.
Yeah, but and again, it wasn't a real blind side because it blew. Like I'm pretty sure everybody knew how this was going to go. I'm pretty sure we even saw Cirie in the crossover tell Jared, like, just vote with everybody else. Don't be on the wrong side of this vote. Like I have to imagine that's what she said before he voted.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy that you brought that up because I call shenanigans on that. I felt like you're not supposed to do that. I thought you were not supposed to actually have conversations in the hall.
It's not something we've never seen before.
Really?
I don't remember. Oh God, when was it?
For some reason, I feel like there was some season of some Big Brother somewhere, like no talking, no this. Maybe it was Australia, or Canada.
No,
somebody.
I feel like it was.
There.
I feel like it was either 23 or in 22. No, maybe it was All Stars because I feel like it had something to do with Tyler. I feel like we've seen that happen before. Where, like at the last minute, it's like, wait, how am I voting? Like, what am I doing? I feel like I remember seeing. Maybe it was during the triple. I have definitely seen that before.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Another thing regarding the voting was, all right, so I don't know if we discussed this here, but Hannah Chada had tweeted something recently, regarding the voting and how I think
we touched on pieces of her thoughts on this, but I don't think we had the full conversation.
Yeah, saying that the game doesn't just stop simply because you walked in the DR. Like you have to listen to the questions and see if they're leading you a little bit and see what they're saying to you. And she added that the order in which they call people to cast their vote to evict is also something that you need to watch. And now, while I knew that, I didn't give it as much thought. I didn't really give it it's just deserves, right? So now when you're watching this, I certainly clocked that it was, Corey and America that voted first, right? Because we kind of knew how that one was going to go. Definitely hardcore for Izzy was definitely going to be. What I also noticed is the fact that Corey did not walk out right away. Like he came out of that room and he stood there for a second and waited before he walked down the hall. And it's like, oh, because to wait also. You were waiting to see who was next and to have some kind of a conversation or something, no?
So I think because
I think he was confused that there was no one there. Like he opened the door, and I think he expected to see someone, and he was just like.
We've seen this happen a couple of weeks in a row now, where because they always cut to commercial right before Matt votes to do, I guess, whatever needs to be done in the diary room to like make that accessible for him. And the last couple of evictions, we've seen whoever votes before Matt walks out expecting someone to walk in and is like, "Am I supposed to? Do I leave? Like, what's happening?" Like, not realizing that they're cutting to commercial.
That face.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
No, I just think that you're also like just not like being fun about it. Like like that version is like just thinking that these people are not that smart. Like I still do think that there's a world in which, like, you know, Corey was giving that some extra thought. Like he's not new to reality TV.
Well, but I think that they preset, like, I don't think that it's randomized of who's coming in and voting in that moment. I think they said it earlier in the day, because in that same Shada interview, I remember her saying that there was one eviction during her season where, like, the way that it was set up, all of the cookout was on one couch and everybody else was on the other in the order that they were voting. And that she, like, a couple of them went into the diary room and they were like, "You have to change the order for tonight because it's literally like all of the Black people are on this couch and everybody else on the other couch. And like people are going to start to put things together. So you have to change the order." And that night before the eviction, they were like, "All right, we're going to change some things around. So we're going to have this person go and that person go and you sit here and you sit over there." So like they rehearse the eviction earlier to show like the order that people are going to be voting in. I don't think it's like all of a sudden producers are like, "Okay, now Matt go in. Oh, okay, now Jag go in," you know?
So then if that's the case, then why are we waiting for Matt at all then? If we already know the order and that Matt's coming next and we always do a commercial to get things ready for him, then he would have known not to just stand there and wait.
I've just noticed that it's happened with Matt the last couple of times.
Yeah, I think that both of these things could be true though. Like I think that like Corey voted, came out, was just genuinely surprised not to see anybody in the hallway. But I do think it's also part of it that he probably feels like, "Oh, I don't get to now give my little confirmation of like, all right, we're still good, we're still voting this way, right?" Like I'm sure I feel like both of those things can be true. But I don't know.
All right, John being Switzerland. Matt wants to know if anyone else noticed that Jared had shouted out Kenzie, his girlfriend.
Oh God, I did not.
I've
been hearing him do this. Yeah.
No, he's done it before. I didn't realize he did it tonight. Oof.
Oh,
it's so weird and gross.
Does he not know what the live feeds are? I'm so confused. How can he think that she's like?
Where can we find her? Where are her socials? Like,
I think she disappeared. Because people found her earlier and then she like deleted everything.
Oh, really? I think her on the pod. Let's get.
I think she disappeared.
Poor girl.
Can I also wanted to mention, because we have two comments here. One from Owl Watch. "Hold, Blue really thought she did something when she said, 'I gladly evict Izzy.' She thought she ate."
What was that?
And then Liz also says,
"Blue sucks. Sorry.
Where did Blue's attitude towards Izzy come from?"
Where does anything with Blue come from?
Yeah, she's literally just a walking TikTok. She is a walking, talking TikTok. And you can see like her DR persona and her in the house persona are two completely different people. I think it's just like her influencer comes out as soon as there's a camera on.
Right.
Yeah, and that's exactly how it feels. And like it just feels so like not genuine that it's like damn near repulsive.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted to like Blue in the beginning, and then like, but she's made it like impossible. Like with each passing week, it's just gotten worse and worse. And like it's funny because like while overwhelmingly the the support for Izzy has been very good. It's been very, very big and prominent on social media and stuff. I see a lot of Izzy love, but there are some like weird Izzy haters out there. I don't know if you guys have seen any of those people on Twitter. Here and there you see them.
I very rarely see them.
Yeah.
When I see them, I block them.
Right. But it's just funny because like as Big Brother fans, I feel like a common complaint, and this isn't the thing for all recruits, but like somebody like Blue, who's like an influencer, who's a recruit, right? Like, we'll get like love sometimes from people, and then you'll have people that are like hating on Izzy, and I'm like, if you're a Big Brother fan, like, Izzy should be like the gold standard of like, you could see in her exit interview with Julie how much the game meant to her. She played so hard. Like Izzy is the type of person that should be universally like celebrated by Big Brother fans. She's a real
absolutely.
super fan,
She's
just
everything.
like us, who's in that house playing, following her dream. So it's just weird to see like
It's not even
people
just
give
that.
Izzy a
It's
hard
like
time, and
it's her love for the game, but also Izzy, if they had utilized her material correctly in the edit, is such good TV because she's all freaking over the place. Like that girl is chaotic. Like I say it with all the love in my heart because I absolutely adore Izzy. She's so chaotic, and like all of her live feed material was incredible. So it's like, what is there not to like about Izzy? She gives you everything you could possibly be wanting as a fan of the show.
Yeah, I love Izzy. I
Yeah.
absolutely love Izzy.
great
And that very
entertainment,
final
huge
shot
personality.
with her like lip going in and out of her mouth. I'm like, honey, I'm like, just hold on, please
I
don't
know,
cry.
like
You're
2
almost
seconds.
there. Yes, just hold on, just hold on. Yeah, broke my heart. That
I
was
so
a rough
badly. We got the announcement about the 7-person jury tonight, also. And we knew we were getting a jury twist, but I was like so badly hoping that it was going to be like
the opposite.
Somehow Izzy is involved because we're getting a final 3 instead of a final 2 or something. And so Izzy just made the jury, and like that's what I was hoping it was going to be, because then people were talking about like, oh, maybe the jury will be still in the house, and then like we'll still get Izzy even if she's not in the game anymore. Like we'll still get Izzy the rest of the season.
I mean, what is fun though? What is fun? The silver lining in this is that now we get Izzy. Izzy is going to be in the BB trenches with us for the rest of the season, and that is fun.
Not only will she just be in the trenches with us, like let's reach out to her. Like, can we have a chat with Izzy?
I would love nothing more than to talk to Izzy.
Like that could be the true silver lining,
I would love nothing more.
Welcome her to our house.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I would absolutely love it.
And on that note, I truly don't have anything else. That's what's sad.
So we had the the wall comp. We already mentioned that Jared won the HOH. There's some people out there on Twitter speculating. Actually, our friend Liz, who's commenting here, put up a poll on Twitter asking people if they thought that Bowie Jane might have thrown this HOH competition, because the last 3 we had, it was Bowie Jane, Blue, and Jared.
I wanted a Bowie HOH so bad.
Well, I just was nervous that would have put people like Cirie in danger, which is why I wasn't rooting for that. But
I don't know.
I wasn't sure
What would have happened, and that's why she would have. I'm like such a wild card. I'm like, what is Bowie gonna do? I don't know.
I know, but I just
so fun.
If Bowie did win and wanted to go after Cirie, or the people that were around her were convincing her to go after Cirie, I don't think my heart could have handled losing Izzy and Cirie back to back. So, but so we had our final 3 of Bowie, Blue, and Jared. Blue fell, and almost immediately Bowie dropped. But like what was weird about it is it didn't look like Bowie like slipped or just like lost her strength, like she was just done. It looked like she like hopped off of the wall. Like it was very weird.
Really fast. And Jared honestly looked kind of shaky in that moment. I feel like if she would have held on for like 30 more seconds, she could have won it.
Well, that's what's so weird about it. Like the way it happened, like Blue fell, and then it looked like Bowie was just like, oh, it's over, I'm just gonna jump off now. Like it didn't look like it was like a legitimate like, oh, I can't go any longer, so I'm just out. And I'm looking, somebody actually posted the clip of that exact moment, and like it looks like Bowie literally just like hops off. Like it's very strange.
I mean, is it possible that she thought that was the end?
It could be. I mean, you never know.
Because they all fell so quickly.
Yeah. But I will tell Liz that I did participate in her Twitter poll or X poll or whatever it is. And I voted that I thought that Bowie threw it. So I agree with Liz. Very, very, very fishy. Very fishy, I think.
I didn't watch any of it because I actually did watch Buddy Games.
Oh no, I
So
was like, I can watch Buddy Games at another time. I'm watching this competition.
I had both going. I had the competition on with the sound off, so I could just see as people fell out, and then I had on the TV. I was just like on my phone, and then on the TV, I had Buddy Games with the sound up. So I had the experience of both. It was very nice. I was hoping that the competition would still be going on as we were streaming. But it was like the shortest wall comp ever.
Yeah, that's why I figured it didn't really matter. I was like, well, the first hour is the first hour.
But also, like,
whatever.
I was seeing people on Twitter being like, it was the shortest wall comp ever by 2 minutes behind 24. Was 24 that short? I don't remember the wall comp being that quick last year.
I wasn't here for that pod.
Oh, I do remember it being
right.
Yeah, I do remember it being quick. But I didn't think it was close to this one. I feel like I remember having the same sort of conversation, being like, "Wow, I can't believe it's over already." But this just felt
I remember
fast.
it ending while we were podcasting because we got to celebrate Taylor's win together. But I don't remember it being that quick.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you like Josh's sort of appearance for this this comp? By the way,
honestly, I loved it. I know that might be the hot take.
No, Josh Martinez.
I thought I'm reading about Buddy Games in the chat, so I thought we were back
to
no.
Yeah, I forgot that we had 2 Joshes involved with these competitions this week.
No, Josh's involvement in this didn't do anything for me.
I know how that I the way that they said it in like the opening credits of like the return of like BB's biggest meatball or whatever it was they said, for whatever reason my brain was like, oh, Josh is hosting this competition, and I was hype. I was so ready, and I was so disappointed when that wasn't the case.
I did enjoy that they were getting like hit by giant meatballs.
Yeah, that was fun.
I also, there's a moment where like, because I had the sound on for the competition, they had like him singing like the circus music for the pots and pans and stuff in there. So, like, that's all in there. I was laughing so hard. I'm sorry. I think Josh is hilarious. I know that might be a hot take. I'm sorry.
A lot of people like him, and that's why we keep getting
Josh.
He's you know, he's something. That Josh.
He's something.
Listen, 19 was my first season, so he is my first winner. Okay.
Aw, everyone remembers their first.
Liz, I love Felicia.
Yes.
Hit me again to the meatball.
She was screaming, hit me.
Who went down first?
Felicia's.
Cirie.
Wow.
Cirie followed by Felicia.
I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah.
So I was saying the people that I thought were going to do well were the opposite people that actually did do well. And what I had forgotten, I keep forgetting about this until people remind me. The entire house was on slop this week. So none of them had like, and I'm sure none of them really had the strength that they would normally have because they were all on slop. Corey, I feel like, has been on slop the entire game, and people are saying like Corey has lost a lot of weight in this house. So I think they just like weren't super strong physically going into this competition. None of them.
Yeah. It's
weird.
Like,
when you think of the type of people that do well in the wall competition, like the opposite ones are the ones that were doing well, you know?
Yeah. It feels like since like day one, everyone has been saying the wall comp is America's comp. So it was definitely surprising to see her go out as early as she did.
Yeah.
I thought Mimi would be in it till the end too. Corey, you know. But
I was hoping for a Mimi HOH for sure.
What do you think Mimi would have done?
I have no idea because we don't get enough of her DRs either. I don't really know what she was really thinking.
No one really knows what she's thinking because she, and I love this about her, this isn't like a bad thing. She is really good at kind of holding her cards close. When she's having conversations with people, she's not really giving much of what she's thinking. Even there was that conversation where they had it in the episode. I can't remember like the words that they used, but Corey was basically being like, yeah, like I you know, this is the plan or whatever. Like, I know it's a little like out there. It's a little crazy. And she's like, yeah, it's a little out there. It's a little crazy. And like, that was truly the end of that conversation on feeds. Like, she didn't give like, and here's my opinion on it. She just kind of like deadpan was like, no, you tell me things is how this is going to work. you know?
Yeah, at least a Mimi HOH would tell us a little bit more about her game because we get a lot more DRs. You know, we
Mhm.
learn a lot of
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
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 I also was living for her when she voted, and like as she was leaving, she was like, "By the way, everybody at home watching, don't worry. I know they're all liars, and I know they're all snakes." And then she like ran out of the room.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Yeah, and Liz was saying, is this 17 pounds? I think, is this about Corey, right? I thought I read
Yeah.
something. He's been on slop like 3 times recently or
Yeah.
something. Like he really, even more than some other people. I know everybody's been on
But
slop.
you can see it
Corey
if you put
especially,
like if
he's
you
lost a
put
lot of
his
weight.
headshot for the season next to a picture of him in the house right now, like you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, Liz thinks it was bad timing for the wall.
Mm, that's fair.
Matt Blevin says Taylor over Casey. I'll say it. And Liz agrees.
Yeah, Casey's not a widely regarded winner, I've learned of recently. Like
She's
I
not.
always thought I find that
my God.
surprising.
Matt Blevin says Corey's lost more weight in the house than Zach did on the island.
Oh.
Slop is really terrible. John and I have had slop.
Yeah, we have eaten slop.
Yeah, if you Google it, you can actually make slop at home.
So now, did they? Because I know there was like a screenshot that was going around on Twitter or whatever. Do they in the house have to make it? Because I was under the impression that it was something that like production just brought in, like, here is the slop. But it looked like they had a recipe that they were making it themselves.
Yeah,
Unless I'm
I
wrong.
think sometimes they do make it themselves. Or when it's sometimes like delivered as like one of those like real punishments, and it's like something like you come into the house and find it. But
Mhm.
you would never want your slop to sit that long. Like you wouldn't want that slop
Is it
anyway.
that bad?
Yeah, I mean it's basically like the most tasteless oatmeal you could ever
I know
have.
there's like 1,000 kinds of protein powder in it, from what I
Yeah,
can tell.
ever since Homegirl passed out in BB9.
Yeah. Liz says you tried the devil's porridge.
Yeah.
Actually, the slop story that me and Kyle have is actually pretty funny too, because we had found the recipe and wanted to make it for like a while. And when we finally got the recipe, Kyle and I like made a bet because like I'm not gonna lie, I am notoriously late like every time that me and Kyle are supposed to hang out. So on the day that we were set to try slop, we decided to make a bet. And Kyle said, all right, you're supposed to be here at this time. If you get here on time, then my punishment will be that I am only allowed to eat slop while you're here at the house. But if you lose, it's the other way around. So I was
and the
so
other thing
determined
about this is that this is also during a time that you were coming over my house like 4 to 5 times a week.
Yeah, this is
I'm
supposed
like-
to be like a whole week.
So, like that means you're having slop for dinner. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I probably if I'm late 9 times out of 10, this was the one time that I made sure I was on time. I was not only on time, I was
I was
early.
gonna say like 20 minutes earlier.
Yeah, got there early. And so I got there. Kyle was stunned. I did try some of the slop, obviously, but then for dinner that night, me and Steve were ordering Uber Eats, burgers and fries and wings, and Kyle was sitting there eating his bowl of slop while we watched TV.
Yeah. I was on slop.
So is it just that, like, does it taste like nothing or does it taste bad? Because I can deal with it if it's just bland.
No, because it's loaded with so much protein. It's still not a nothing. It's just like it's like oaty and tinny, if that even makes sense. Like
Gross.
Because I think
also
like,
with a hint of protein dirt, and there's like a vitamin powder that goes in it too. So it's not even just protein. It's just straight like vitamins. So like it's not quite a nothing.
I understand that like the protein is put in there like so that they're not literally just like drinking water for a week, like so that they have some substance. But I also think that that's part of the reason why Corey is losing so much weight in there. Like that much protein, and that's all you're eating. Like the poor boy is gonna just waste away.
Well, because it's a lot of protein, but it's also like not. I mean, like you're still starving.
Right.
Like you're just not dying.
Yeah.
And like you probably just constantly feel hungry. Like you
Isn't
can eat
it
a
just
bowl of that,
watery
and it's like I
No,
didn't actually
it's-
eat anything.
You
But
can
again,
make
like,
it
it was-
watery, but like it's in its original form, it can be like a little thicker.
And And I just kept forgetting. Literally the entire house, except for Cameron, who's the only one that didn't play, was on slop this week. So none of them had any like muscle mass going into this competition.
Nasty. Just nasty. And there was a question in here regarding like slop or PB&Js. Definitely PB&Js. Like there is no question whatsoever. Slop
I
is
would
only funny
choose
once.
to eat PB&J every day for a week. Like
Right. I don't see that as a bad week.
Right.
Like that sounds like a week I'm waiting to get paid. Which can happen at any moment.
What about when they would offer like those weird things? Like I saw, was it Owl Watch? Who mentioned
Owl Watch wants to add a whole thing that would get him an Nixon vote. That is a violation. Look at this comment.
Wait, what?
Which Owl Watch. I love oats. I like fruity and savory oats. I would add an egg with hot sauce or some strawberries. No. That you don't get it.
That's how you get a penalty vote.
Exactly. Wrong. You can't do any of that. You can have slop only. I think you can put maple syrup in it.
Didn't they used to do like things where like it was like, oh, you either have to eat slop or maybe it was like Big Brother Over the Top or something because America was voting on it or something. It was like you either eat slop or like these two totally random things that don't go together. It's like salmon and pudding.
Well, those were like there were food competitions.
Matt just said that.
That's who it was. It was Matt. Okay.
I would do the salmon and pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, just eat salmon as your meal, pudding like as you're snacking. That doesn't sound like an awful week either. It's certainly better than slop. I mean, like, what? How is that even a question?
I'm just wondering. I mean,
this is so funny to me too.
What's happening?
Oh, Matt says John is 14. He's watching it on Netflix right now.
Liz says, I know Corey basically just stopped eating for the most part because he's a very picky eater. His favorite food is butter noodles. Poor Corey. Butter noodles.
Oh, butter noodles are mad good. And butter noodles tells me like banoodles kind of brings me there.
But as your favorite food,
it's not my
it's one favorite. It's one of those that when like you're not feeling great, like
yeah, but not on like a normal day. I'm not like reaching for butter noodles on a Tuesday.
I'm reaching for butter noodles on a Tuesday if I had an edible and it's like 11:18 p.m.
Yeah. Put some Parmesan cheese on there.
Oof. Yeah, come on, butter noodles.
Oh, fantastic.
You're crazy. And a little hot sauce? Get out of here. Yeah. I put the TV on pause. I need a moment with this. Y'all are crazy.
You're crazy.
Do we have anything else? We went way off on a tangent there, didn't we?
I don't think there's anything else, right? Just excited to see what the week brings.
We're getting a double eviction next week. We didn't discuss
that. We sure are. And Jared can't play in the second half.
Right. This could be the end of Team Dunface.
Honestly, I would welcome it. I'm ready to watch this season with no horse in the race. And I feel like yeah, I would be over the moon if this time next week we were talking about how Cameron and Jared just got evicted back to back in the same night. I would also love that because that would mean Team Morgino hasn't taken a hit yet.
That means she's still unscathed.
I'd be here for it.
Wait, before we leave, I have one more question. It's probably going to get me canceled because I probably should know. But people keep referring to Bowie Jane on BB Twitter as like FBJ. Have you seen that? What is that?
It's because every time that somebody, I think it started with Felicia, but every time that somebody in the house talks about it, they're like, oh, fucking Bowie Jane. So her name has just become fucking Bowie Jane.
Okay. But I keep saying FBJ, and I'm like, I don't know who they're talking about. But then, like, by the context, I'm like, oh, this is definitely Bowie because I heard this conversation. I know what's going on. So, like,
it's sort of, there's like, that's what you always see. Like, there will be someone saying, like, oh, I'll give you one guess who tipped off Cirie that there might be a flip in the vote. And it's just a gif of Felicia going, fucking Bowie Jane. Like, that gif keeps, like, circulating.
For some reason that gif has totally eluded me, but I just keep seeing FBJ.
Oh, really? It's so funny.
I have been so clueless.
The gift that keeps on giving, you know?
You were so excited.
Just waiting for us to stop talking.
Very
so we can throw that in.
very calmly, just
No, but I felt the excitement and I loved it. It is the gift that keeps on giving. It's fantastic. That's so good. I wish I could have that. I wish you said it off stream so I could have stolen it. Just repurpose it instead of his mine.
Yeah.
Yes,
Liz
please
says,
show me the
yeah.
clip. Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Please do. So what do we have coming up?
Ooh, what do we have?
Yeah, we have something exciting now.
Oh yeah, I think it's safe to say it.
All right.
But would you like
Tell
to
our
do the
friends.
honors?
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
It's not mine. I didn't do this.
I think Matt, especially, and any other big Survivor fans that we have out there will be excited that last night I spoke with Mr. Owen Knight, the young knight himself from Survivor, who is at this point in time scheduled to chat with us about the Challenge USA this coming Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is very exciting, especially because
Super
Cassidy
exciting.
is on this season of the Challenge USA. So it'll be fun to get Owen's takes on how Cassidy is doing, his former castmate, and also just the fact that he seems to be a pretty big Challenge fan. I've been talking to Owen for like a while about coming on and chatting, and he's specifically asked to come on and talk about the Challenge USA. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun on Monday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
And as a result, our Big Brother stream on Monday will be pushed back to 11 p.m. because we're expecting to have a hoot and a holler with our new friend. So we'll see you at 11 to go over now week 7, discussing what Jared does with his HOH win. And then we'll also getting into the spoilers. Even though we just spoiled you now. We'll obviously be talking about how the veto competition goes and how the veto meeting went that day.
And I'm sure on the Sunday episode, we're going to get a lot more context into everything that happened today.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We sure are. Also, plus, please note that Big Brother 25 is not airing until 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast on Sunday night.
So late.
Yes, they were already pushing us back to 10 o'clock, but due to a already predicted football overrun, we're looking at 10:30 p.m. at best. All right. So get your snacks, cuddle in, and get ready to see what's going on with Jared's HOH. Yeah, we're done. We're definitely done. You can find us in the socials at Strat Chat Pod. Now on Blue Sky. Throw us a like, toss us a subscription, and tell all your friends. Oh wow, I'm not really prepared to get out of here at all. Yikes. Well, have a great night.
Oh my God.